Well, hello, this is the final boss, and this is Chef. It is a card game. Do you want to play the tutorial? Yes. So I have no sin is too heavy, no guilt is too great. I will serve her until my last breath. Sigrund, herald of renewal. So again, good to have like in-world quotes, in-world oh god, what do they call it? There's a word for it. But just, pieces of literature, pieces of art from this world adds a lot of
God
depth
is
with
no more,
ooh,
and
we.
we, the lowly mortals, are the ones who killed him. Now, the cursed remnants of humanity exist under the perpetual reign of his mournful ashes, condemned to a never-ending circle of hate and resentment.
This
As
reminds me a lot
punishment
of
for our
Brandon
ancestral
Sanderson
sin,
killing
our lives are
Aldenalcium
cut short,
and then
soon as we
the
get full
Mistborn
age.
stuff.
We are barren shells, unable to sleep, to desire, to bring forth new life. Our last hope for a better tomorrow lies in a divine forgiveness that only bloodshed can grant us.
Interesting.
4 Vestals shall hail from the Four Lands.
Okay.
Sentia, where memories of old still sing. Delhem, ever untamed and never bound. Flamen, hearth of steel and
Okay.
spires.
So is it kind of like four
And a
champions
home
or something?
born from thunder and storms. Ashram. In the end, only one pair of soiled hands will hold the salvation we desperately seek. Once every 10 years, our somber march to the Equinox Cathedral ushers war in. Kneeling in front of the flame of Vesta, we swear to repent.
Not still really sure what happened.
Ancient sin, stain us in red, so that we may never forget the firmament's grief. O ancient sin, grant us this holy pardon, so that we may one day mend our shattered heaven.
Great performance. Great dramatic.
Salvation by my hand!
To beat your enemies, use cards, a specific action, and at the beginning of each turn, characters will draw 5 cards, maximum to 8. Order to play cards, you need AP. Okay, Slay the Spire. Characters start their turns with 2 AP and a maximum of 4. You can see me. Okay. Yep. Keywords. Takes her action their turn. Turns of character instead of groups. So turn order upright. When it comes to inflicting damage, swords are your best choice. Oh, okay, so I'm on the left. Interesting. You can see the arrows of this next turn. This shows their intent. Looks like the enemy is going to retaliate. Use a shield to soften the blow. Okay, so it's very Slay the Spire-esque. Okay, now I have to end my turn. Interesting. It feels like it's like mirrored for what I expect things to be. Like, I usually expect my character to be on the left, enemy character to be on the right. I would have changed the aspect ratio if I knew this was going to have a big gap here, but that was my bad. Enemies can inflict debuffs, adding negative effects during battle. Each debuff counter decreases. Okay, yes, I'm sure. Buffs of your own. Characters can equip skills or grant boons. Okay. Did I already end my turn? No. Why are these all dark? Purple strike. Lightning strikes twice. Okay. I'd like to use an AP, please. Blessing. Some keywords allow you to play now efficient strategies when the battle is. Usually you can find them in support cards. Swift 1 card. Okay, so I'm gonna do a damage one, I guess. Well, whenever she uses a card for each gem, she fills a slot. 3 slots are filled. She'll gain a deity point to a maximum of 3. Reaching 3 deity points will power up Pandora's next turn, granting her 4 AP and increased crit. Deity points go down. Let's wrap this up and use any card to deal a final blow. Okay, interesting. You can move dungeons around using directional keys. Okay, well, I'll just use my mouse. Alright, keep going. Ooh. I like that dungeon layout. Man, that's a pretty slick dungeon layout. We just made one for our card game. But it's not as cool as that one. So good on you guys. I love that soft isometric. But I like our dungeons. But that one's really cool, at least for my aesthetic tastes. Come across events, decide what to take. Yep. Lonely is the lady of this tree. Just listen to her song. Oh dear freedom, how I ache for you. Lonely as a prisoner of the oak. Just hearken to her, please. How I yearn for you. These roots are her poison shackles, and her heart is long covered in thorns. Dear Savior, how I dream of you. Okay, so I've done poetry reviews before in the more literary parts of Final Boss. Yeah, I think nice structure, nice poem. I do think that it's very, very close to the subject matter, where it's, probably not standing on its own as an image or a poem that suggests something more. Like it's pretty like one to one for what it sounds like the situation of this event is. But I'll clap for her. Echo of the child, tool, small floating being. Okay, trapped assignment kit. Okay. But yeah, let's use echo of the child. Oh, there's a trap. Let's disarm it. Oh, or not. Who's this guy? Agnes another member of your party. Special mechanics called Rage. He gains much rage by playing ruby cards and 2 points when he's hit by an attack. Do not rely on cooldowns, but instead require a certain number of rage points to be used. Spend up your rage. Okay, so got it. Sort of like League of Legends. Give 3 armor to all allies. What's happening? He's gonna attack us? Sure. How much rage does he have? Magni. Okay. I guess it wants me to do this. Healing potion, use your restore potion, try one on Magni. Yeah, the arrows are a little wonky, but I guess we'll do this. Auxilia. Oathbound Goliath, tenacity. Great. Okay. There are a lot of mechanics. I don't know if I'm able to piece together what exactly everything is doing outside of like the basics. Oh, okay. Draft your way to victory. All right. Gain 3 armor, tenacity 1. Random enemy, deal 8 damage. Curse. I don't know what curse. I wish I had tooltip. Oh, press right for more intro. Debuff damage is reduced by 20%. Okay. That's fine. We can do Shadow of Doubt on my homegirl here. Yeah. Done. Right? Yeah. Done. Oh, what? Oh, they each take 1. That was not super clear, but it's Ruby, so that's good for him because he likes Ruby cards. All right. Okay. Let's party. Ooh.
This smells so sweet.
Ishana's last memory party. Her special mechanic still thirst. Whenever she kills an enemy or plays specific, she will gain thirst points. Points will power up her cards. Play the beast card within, which has a gout key. Okay, so we'll just try this. Beast within. Sure, stand your ground. You can use an alternative effect of your cards to spending the thirst point when a counter reaches 0. The modus will disappear. Try and unleash Merciless Whip. Okay. Okay. Does she leave? Who's this lady?
Onward, Thunderborns!
Man. Oh, I see. Because it's the character turn. Oh, each character has their own deck. Whoa, that wasn't clear. Wow. Okay. Got it. Wow, that wasn't clear. Wow, I don't know why I missed that, but I missed that. We'll do inhuman reactions. Interesting. Who doesn't have life? You can take that. Get some.
Get behind me.
Alright, so now it's my rage guy. So I kind of want to do my basic Ruby. I got Berserk Purge. How many Berserk points do I have? Rage 3 of 10. Okay. Interesting. Whoa, I did the phalanx.
We have to save them. And we will.
Okay, so Lamodides is summoned right now. Oh, interesting. So when she Lamodides summoned, gained 2 armor, lethality, 2 blessing. So I guess that for lethality. Oh wow, I should have done that. Whoops. Gouge 1 card. Alright, let's get rid of these.
What? Scared to face an ashram?
Alright, I think I get it now. Took a little bit. Yeah. Alright. I think I kind of get it. By the grace and mercy saw fit to return to me, his atonement ever forgive us. Yeah, I mean, the mechanics are interesting. I like the multi-party kind of turn-based loop. For some reason, it feels a bit like there's a lot of stuff to work out in a turn and a bit heavy, right? Because I have to know what enemy's attacking all of my allies, one of my allies, all these things. It's a lot.
Journey's end, at last.
You wish.
This is only the beginning.
It's only the beginning.
So that's the Equinox Cathedral? It's so shiny.
This is the most sacred place on Earth, and the only thing you can say is, it's so shiny.
Jeez, Andorra.
Good to see you two in such good spirits. We still have a way to go after all.
Ugh.
Step by step, the tower,
The Chronicler.
closer, immaculately white against the barren plain.
So again,
Its masonry
probably cutting this adverb will make this sentence stronger.
The sacred building, and then the grand portal.
Yeah, I mean, I think it can benefit from just going through some of the narrative and doing a little bit of
A
tweaking.
stern-looking old man stepped forward.
Stern-looking man step forward. Also, it feels late to introduce the Chronicler. Welcome, children of Ashram, to the Divine Cathedral. I'm Sean, the Herald of the Divine Child. Thank you for receiving us, most revered. Such a wrinkly elf, hey? Is the Herald really being something that special, sir?
Damn you!
How disrespectful you're being. Curiosity is a rare virtue, but yours is a question that we'll find an answer another time. Okay, Guardians. Alright, so Andora's super spicy. Nobody knew where Andorra was born, nobody expected her. So I like that we have some like good arcana for each of the characters. Vestal, and I, you know, if I can go deep in the lore if we want. And we have some nice quotes here too. Pull embers have grown down at the time of greed. It's okay. Though, as well as the merchants here sent to provide your needs, we'll meet again in the presence of the divine child. Thank you for your sacrifice. Through our fratricide may life be born. That's pretty metal. Pretty metal, if you ask me. The main hub of the game. Okay, so let's go to the quarters. I guess we will chat with some people. Yep. Sitting snack, what a treat. It's just a pillow. So again, I thought they knew each other before this, so it is a bit on the nose for a character to ask. You know, you're already doing such a good job showing us that this character is really naive and kind of young and silly that um that you don't need to have the more jaded character say, "Hey, why are you so, naive?" I mean, we kind of just know, "Hey, this is the naive character." We can There's probably a more elegant way to have her exact origins expressed. I would go through the dialogue and take an extra look. Stack your pillows, enjoy them while you can. We won't have much rest once the war begins. Alright, small talk was cut short, but the sound of the gate opening once again. Okay, yeah, okay. I do want to share some thoughts on the story. Maybe I'll just write them down real quick.
A young woman, black hair that gracefully danced in the air with every step of hers, and a sharp, bewitching gaze. Following close behind, two severe-looking warriors strode forward with pride. The Vestal of Sentia and her guardians had arrived.
Is this my welcoming party? Honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better one. I'm glad to see you here in one piece, Enra.
It's been a while, Lyra.
Such a cold reception. You're breaking my heart, darling. After all these years, I expected you to be a tad happier to see me.
What do you want me to do? Should I, jump into your arms? Screaming, "Greetings, O great Vestal of Sentia"?
Oh, I would be delighted.
Interesting. Okay. My old sash around your arm. Okay, so they were like friends or lovers or something. Beg your pardon, Millie. You make some haste to the quarter before the ceremony begins. Okay. We don't have time to lose here. Anra. Friends? This is the last chance it's for all of us. Me. Trained together for a while in the Tribes Alliance. This would be a really great moment.
Right.
Shut up. Let's go. So again, some of the dialogue feels a little stilted and on the nose, in terms of just like the tough person, being like, be quiet, kind of brusque. I think once you've established that, you don't need to necessarily play it as heavily in every subsequent scene. Like, so in the very beginning, like when they were standing outside of the tower looking in, she was very brusque. We can show more dimensions now. Like, we understand that this character is kind of gruff and brusque, and see what the missions are.
Remarkable.
Lord Heliad upon us tonight. They're here to hear me talk. This one's a hallowed place of rest, and that's a kingdom of treachery. Executing your missions one by one. Now it's time for the final judgment. They should be your first duty in the War of Ascension. You want us to save your miserable people from impending extinction? Slay the betrayer and erase his ugly stain. According to tradition, 4 will depart and only 3 will return. May it be the battle or in the sacred duel. Do not disappoint me. This is your God's will. Her to be here already.
What?
What?
Okay. So again, okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. How do I start? Okay. Enter. Escape. Okay. So now I go this dungeon selection. I think I get in a car, right? Dungeon has 4 depths. Okay, guess we go here, huh? Enter the dungeon. Alright, we'll do Vestal. He obeys. Remember that, Magni. Okay. I can give some thoughts on the story. I do think it, and then I'll recap this at the end, but I do think it's a
The
little,
landscape passing beneath
it's interesting and has interesting imagery, but I don't see like the logic behind that imagery passing.
in stone.
Sorry.
This was Sintamania,
Home of the pious
tribe
of the Sentia,
Sentia,
and a
and
jewel at the gates of hell.
Look at all these sparkling stones. Oh, I would love to live here.
No, you
Indeed, a
wouldn't.
pleasure for the eyes.
Are you all right?
Keep quiet. We're entering the pit.
Every child knew that the hallowed chasm
Was to be revered as much as it was to be feared.
a cursed place where dead souls gather, a grim sepulchre full of malicious energy, the reign of the treacherous queen.
Ooh, let's go. Treacherous
As
queen.
they delved into darkness,
Their hearts tightened
tightened
uneasily.
But then there was a light and a gentle breeze. Under the descending pulley, a splendid plateau extended, as far as their gaze could reach.
What's this colorful rain? It's not ashes.
Flower petals. They are pretty, but completely useless.
Can I eat them?
No! We're in hostile territory. Everything you see here can hide a trap.
Indeed. As peaceful as this place might look,
It's
I feel
deadly.
like we are being watched.
Alright, let's go kick some booty. I want to win a few battles before I wrap up my summary. Don't understand, the herald said this place was death and anger. The sin born out of horrible treachery, and we're here to put an end to it. Yeah, I mean, beside, like, I don't know why everyone is responsible for, like, the deicide, but each dungeon is composed of different floors, special conditions, you have to adapt. Alright, first trial. Okay. Beep. Boop. Oh,
We
love
have
the
to
art, though.
save them.
And we will.
Okay, so that's my homegirl first. So then when I fill up my thirst, oh, what's my thirst meter? 0.5, okay. What is this gonna do? It's gonna give itself a buff. It's going to attack everybody. So I don't like that lady, but she has a lot of life. Gain 1 lurst. Yeah, she attacks pretty soon. I can maybe burst her down. I don't know how much damage. I wish it would tell me how much damage she's gonna do. I like that it has like an extra bonus. What is this? Gouge 1 card. So let's give her one of these.
Just a taste.
Alright, so then now I have my homegirl. Gain 1 thirst, lose 2 armor and a random. No. We'll just call it.
Get behind me.
I got some red cards, blood for blood. Wish I could do an AoE protect, self. Oh, all allies! Okay, there we go. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't see it fast enough. Single ally. I'll grab my girl up front here. So we're about to take some damage. Sharpening.
Salvation by my hands.
Oh, it looks like my armor is permanent. That's nice. I did kind of loathe that armor cleanse mechanic. Don't need that yet. I played a non-ruby card. Oh well. Is this a ruby card? No, this is Hero Sapphire Common. It's only self that, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Ooh, 11 damage? Good gracious. goodness. I'm just gonna keep targeting the back line here. Deal 7, 6. Yeah, I don't know what all these keywords mean. There's a lot of keywords. Got him. Alright, so wow, we have like a bunch of turns before this guy gets to move. Wonder if I get some heals. 3 armor heal. Did she lose some HP? Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Alright, so we're back at full. And then this will give them a couple of debuffs, so I might... Yeah, I completed my quest. Okay.
Let's dance then.
Alright. Single enemy, single ally. Do PTA. That's fine.
You're already dead.
Oh, whoa. It's like re-roll every time? I'm really confused about what this is trying to tell me about the turn order. Seems to kind of like mix up every time? I don't know. Anyways, Goddess of Thunder. Single enemy. Let's give them thunder. Cool.
Not on my watch.
Got him. Finish a battle using less than 10 cards in total. Invest them. You gain 1 armor every time you use a sapphire and emerald card. Gosh, that is... The card colors are a little tricky. So sapphire, emerald I'm looking for. Cards you draft during exploration. Sometimes rare, powerful. They're temporary cards that can be added anyways. Deck can be removed once you return to the cathedral. Okay. Okay, so... Single enemy, diamond. I forget I have to look for sapphire or emerald, right? Each neutral card in your hand. I don't know if I have that many neutral cards. Maybe this chick? Each hex card. I think this chick uses hexes, and then that guy uses single enemy curse. Doesn't feel right. I feel like this ruby one needs to go to him. I don't know if this guy has hex cards in his hand though. What is this? Emerald common, emerald common. I don't know where I define hex. Wow, man, you guys have worked really hard on adding flavor and depth. That's pretty awesome. Good on you, for real. That's a lot of writing work, and it's no joke. We'll just do this. I don't really know what else to do. So it seems pretty similar on both sides. Oh, a trap. Okay, try to disable the trap. Yeah. Alright. Nature's will. Be vigilant now. A foreign sort of malicious energy fills the air ever since he's preview on it. I might smell cards or Dane. Might find loot. Smell cards or gain a debuff. Might find loot or reveal tiles. I don't know what smelting cards means, but... Alright. Is it the vent? Okay. Smelt a card. I'll try with that. Remove a card from a deck of your choice. 21 cards. That's either big... Let's see. I like that one. Orc of the East. I don't even know what Phalanx does. Damage taken reduction, okay. Rare. Common. Back for more. Okay. I mean, this one kind of stinks. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't work well for him, to my knowledge. Could be wrong.
Onward, Thunderborns!
Alright, Thunderborns. Let's born some Thunders. Single, 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 single. It's all single target. I'll pop this guy because he's going to do a bunch of self buff. B. That's B. Oh, that's A. Okay, so A's in the back, B's up front. He's going to do an AoE attack, so I might just do some armor on myself here. Alright, so then I'm going to take AoE damage, yeah. What?
This smells so sweet.
Oh, okay. Single enemy. Let's get some armor. I don't know why I want more thirst after I summon my lady, but it's my turn.
Rage fuels me.
It does, actually. That's very accurate. Oh, it armored up. Interesting. Okay.
Forward!
I should use their specials more. Give blessing to 2 and 2 armor to allies. So A is going to be an AoE attack. Okay, so we got blessing out. Single, 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 self, self, self. Okay. Deal plus 2 damage. Deal 7 to. Okay. What's my life at? 38 to 38. Don't need to do that. Okay.
For the Vestal, for Ashram.
Gosh, dude, he's like almost dead. What happened to you, man? Should have done that one.
I can't. But you want to.
It's a great line. Great character voice line there. Loved it. So creepy, so good. Curse 2 bleeding too. We're gonna start this guy bleeding because he's just doing a buff in the second here. I'm not so worried about taking a bunch of damage. Yeah. Oh wait, I guess he did start that action. Should have seen. Should have checked the turn order. I didn't. I forget it changes every turn. How much life does this guy have? He just needs anything that heals him. Yeah, I'll give him that. What's the difference of blood for blood in this other one? What does this do? 3 armor to all allies. Doesn't matter right now. He's buffing himself. I guess it turns 0. I don't know why that turns to 0 after a while, but
Them. And we will.
Shaboop. Alright, so I've run out of my crazy lady. Deal 8 pity. What's pity do? What's pity? Damage taken increased by 20%. And gain 1 thirst. That seems better. Gain 1 thirst, lose 2 armor. Don't have any armor to lose, so may as well. I don't know if I'd.
Best you can do.
Yeah, okay. Inhuman reactions. I think I can kill it here. Alright, interesting. Vorpal strike. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Sorry, I know this is running long, but cost 1 less this round. Yeah. I don't know what enlightenment does. Gain 1 extra AP at the start of next turn. Do I really have to pick one for everybody? I guess. Right. Treasure take, yeah. Holder. I don't know how to equip my stuff. What is this? Loot collected. Okay, what's this? My keywords. My equipment. Can I not attack? Okay, okay, interesting. I heal my homie here. Magnus needs some love. She had a really useless one. I mean, willingness to sacrifice kind of useless. Maybe not. I don't know. Feels useless. Draft your destiny. I don't want to. I don't want it. I want to leave. I want to leave. Alright, so this goes to this chick. Just cause. Alright. Rest. Oh, that's spooky. What's up with the colors? My eyes hurt. I wonder why. Alright, come on, now we're companions. I'm glad here to be with you. Two are strong. There's no reason we're just really good at, you know, conversation. So again, we're verbal doubling, right? Like we've already established that this person's a hermit. They never really talk to anyone. They're super socially awkward, but we're just saying it again. So that's something to be aware of. Is like once you establish it once, you don't have to kind of recycle it quite so much. All right, Guardians will take an oath of silence. You think? Okay, so we're gonna fight the boss. Where we go here? Butterfly. Blasphemous event. Sometimes when a character, you can break a tablet of protection. Chance to avoid. Okay. Protect from blasphemy. Interesting, interesting. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and summarize my thoughts because it's time. But yeah, I think this is a really good game. I think the core mechanic works pretty well. Again, like the one thing that I am concerned with card games is monotony, right? Is like when you're kind of doing the same thing a lot, and you don't have a chance to mix things up or try new combos and stuff like that. And this feels a little bit slow in that respect, where like kind of the same character is doing the same thing in most of their turns. And a lot of the like I would almost reduce the number of starting cards because it does feel like, you know, I just have like a full deck of, you know, a lot of cards, and then all of a sudden I have to go do that in my own respect. Yeah, I mean, I think the combat's fine. I think it's good animated. It feels really nice. I like the map layout of the dungeon. I like the, you know, kind of the roguelike layout. The question I have though is outside of art and tone, which I think is really distinctive and amazing in this game. I would say like what is that set apart mechanic, right? Like turn-based card stuff that is kind of different. Like that you don't see that very often. So that is one mechanic I think that sets this apart. But I would really try to figure out, hey, what makes this different than a lot of other card games? What makes this just completely feel distinctive? And I would keep searching for that. Like I don't know. I think this does feel different, but I don't know if it feels quite different enough to stand on its own as like, hey, this is a, a card game that you got to try because it's doing this that you haven't seen before. My other notes in the narrative, I do wonder, like, okay, so somebody committed deicide. They killed this god. The whole world's getting punished for it. But, that feels a little weird. Like how is everyone so guilt-ridden? Like, because like to some degree, you could be annoyed and be like, ugh, like Steve went and killed the god, and now I have to deal with it. But everybody seems to really, or at least the main character especially, seems to take this on themselves, which I don't really get. So I would wonder if, like, hey, there's some sort of explanation why everyone is taking this sin so personally. And then also the punishment and the means of punishment and why they're going through this. So, like, I'm clear on the ritual. Like, they go to this tower, they kind of go to war and they fight kind of their own, other peoples and things like that. And these competitions are in completing these dungeons. I think that's interesting, but it's sort of like, how is that supposed to solve anything? One person gets to ascend, sort of, is kind of my guess. But why are we like killing like 100 other people in order for this one person to ascend? Um, yeah, there are some just logic gaps that I wasn't able to really piece together. I will say the dialogue, definitely you could use just like a punch up. It's not, I think that there is some on the nose stuff, some stuff that works, but some that kind of, overplays either the character's aspects or is doing very heavy exposition. I think that's one of the other challenges I found on the narrative is that we're getting so much lore, so much exposition, so much about the character backgrounds even so early on that it's hard to kind of you know, be leaning forward for what's happening next in the story because I'm looking backward at backstory so often. So I actually want us to, I would encourage the writer to focus on, hey, how do we focus on the present story? How do they feel about this like child god person that's giving them orders? How do they, feel about having to murder one of their old classmates apparently, or old friends? So like those types of things, like, and then are they anticipating? Are they worried about it? Are they worried about confronting them in the vault? Like, have us looking forward with expectation rather than looking back at backstory, and you'll find that the pacing picks up, because I do feel like the pacing was somewhat slow, at least in this playthrough. Lastly, just keep an eye out for verbal doubling. If we've already established a character is a certain way, don't have to rehash it. But overall, great job. This is a beautiful game. The art is fantastic. The writing is fun and strong. Like, I think these are just some tweaks that can make it even better. And, I think the mechanics are good. I would still push any way you can on the mechanics because there are just a lot of card games in the world right now. And, figuring out how to distinguish those mechanics can only benefit. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing the game with me. I'm excited to hopefully this is helpful and benefits you on your future drafts and your future revisions of the game, and I can't wait to see what you come up with next. Take care.